If you're like me, I'm sure you stockpile gas. I have a gas generator. I can power my whole home with it. Some of you have like the amazing huge Generac, which does not sip gas, by the way. It guzzles it. Maybe you want emergency gas for your car. Either way, having gas is essential. But I hope you know, and maybe you've actually had experience with this, that a can of gas will last maybe 6 months. Maybe 6 months. So what do? How do you stabilize it? Well, if you actually look at some of the different products on the market, I used to use nothing but Stabil. And I'm not saying used to, I still do use it, by the way. But we also have Seafoam, and I'm sorry about the can. It looks kind of like roughed up because we use this stuff extensively where we're at. But I also have what's called Pri-G. And now I have people, they'll argue all the time, what's better? It's better to have this, better to have this. I'm going to tell you there's actually a place for all three of these. They're completely different. And you'll probably want all three in your stash when it comes to prepping and preparedness. First off, Seafoam. Seafoam's some good stuff. Again, motor treatment. This doesn't really necessarily make it so your gas lasts longer. But if you have a small engine, like a generator, for example, or, for where we're at, we have a snowblower and we have a lawnmower, all those things, the jets that are in there are incredibly thin. They're very narrow. And so when the gas goes through there, it literally sprays it out into the combustion chamber of the cylinder, and therefore it explodes, not really explodes, but, the spark hits it and off it goes. Those jets get clogged up easy, especially if you're using like some ethanol or just some garbage gas and let it sit around. It gums up those jets. So if you ever have a small engine, that's why it won't start. Oh my gosh, this thing's not working. So you put starting fluid in it. That's what Seafoam is for, by the way. This is a fuel cleaner, and it does some stabilizing too. I don't like using it as a fuel stabilizer, but it does help clean it to get that gum out, so that way all the buildup and everything won't happen, so your engine will run. Again, are we talking about a big engine like a car engine? Not really as much, but small engines for sure. So that's good to have this. It's actually pretty cheap. You're looking at, I think it's like an ounce per gallon. So this will last quite a while. But again, small engines want to have it. I always try to buy the gas, by the way, that doesn't have the ethanol anyway, but still I use my Seafoam. So that takes us down to Stabil and Pri-G. Stabil is what I've used for years and years and years, and it does work well. Stabil as an additive, and I love the way the container works. It tells you how much to put in there per gallon. I put it in there. Stabil is a fuel stabilizer. It'll make it so it lasts longer. That's a really good thing. You want to be able to have it last longer. But it says keeps fuel fresh for 2 years. I don't know. I would say a year maybe. Some people will say up to 2 years, and possibly it will. And that's good. So you have gas for 2 years. And if you actually take the gas cans and rotate them, I find a lot of people will take them and just store them. We're storing the gas away, kind of like you're storing back your corned beef hash will last for years. The gas will not, even with Stabil in there. Now, what's nice about Stabil, last up to 2 years, it's relatively inexpensive. So if you do rotate your gas cans, hey, this summer I need to use this one, I refilled it up, mark it. I sometimes write on my gas cans, write with a Sharpie, real small, so I can, over the years, have lots of room on there. And then I store them away until I now rotate it through the stock. Stabil is perfect for that. It's a stabilizer for storage, but I'm going to call it a mild one. But again, it has its place. 2 years, inexpensive. But if you're talking about long-term gas storage, Stabil is not the answer. And I thought it was for the longest time. It was a follower on the channel said, you need to check out Pri-G. And I did right here. This one will treat 256 gallons, even though it's small. Now, the downfall, it's certainly more expensive than the Stabil. It definitely can get more expensive. But on the upside, by itself, this could actually make the gas stay good for up to 5 years. But what's beautiful about it, it's not one of those things where like, oh, we're getting close to 5 years, time to use up the gas. Just add more Pri-G. And look at the directions on there, but as time goes on, you can add more and more to it. And I'm not going to say the gas will last indefinitely. It will not last forever. However, far more than 2 years. So what's the point of buying gasoline if you don't treat it? It's been sitting around for a year, you don't add stuff to it. It's garbage. It's good for maybe getting a campfire started. But I wouldn't be putting it into my engines and stuff. They're going to like sputter and smoke and everything else. It's awful. So the three things you might want to get: Seafoam cleans out your gas. Stabil, which is more inexpensive, is perfect for short term, up to 2 years. But if you want long-term storage, Pri-G is the way to go. I'll link all three of them below, by the way. So you want to make sure you keep your gas really fresh, because it is one of those things. It's a commodity we stockpile just like everything else, but you have to do it smart. You can't simply just store it and think it's good to go, because that won't work. All right, again, I'll link them all below in case you want to pick them up. We're Amazon affiliates, so I always get a portion of the sale, but that's not the purpose of this video, obviously. But we still thank you because it helps out our family and helps out our channel. So pick these up today. But in the comments below, which one have you used for years? Again, people often swear by one and stay with it. But the way I explained in this video is the clear way all three of those work. All three of them have their own benefits. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you next time.